No.
Yeah, she said you fine.
Okay.
She just messing with you.
All
All right, so I'm going to do the introduction, and once I do the introduction to the show, then we'll start the conversation.
Good show, boss man. Hell yeah. Let's get it started. Try my best not to cuss.
I know it can be challenging.
Already
I
did.
know.
I said hell.
Oh, that's
shit.
good. That's good.
You're listening to KGPC 96.9 FM Oakland and streaming online at www.kgpc969.org. This is the Anything Can Happen show with Kenya Asa, Quezzy Dreams, and your man Cat Fitness. Today we're gonna think and grow rich.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk that money today.
Shout out Napoleon Hill.
Miss Kenya, can you tell our viewers who we have in the building today that's going to help us think and grow rich?
I would be delighted to. Y'all, today we have Cassius Smith, aka Kash, aka Kash Vegan.
Man, we talking think and grow rich, and his name is Kash.
Okay, I mean,
come on,
it can't be an accident.
We're gonna run it up today.
Cannot be an accident. He is a local man. He was born and raised in Oakland, California. I'm just also gonna say he's a Halloween baby because that's like my favorite.
Holiday.
Not exactly a holiday, but you know.
Oh, okay.
Favorite time of year?
Favorite time of year. I love, Halloween's my favorite day.
You got a sweet tooth?
No, but I like to do crazy makeup. You know how I am. So he's also an architect. He has traveled. So he has gone from the Bay Area to LA to Oregon to Seattle to Las Vegas to Fresno, all over the place, right? He is here to talk about Think and Grow Rich, who we love. Those of us in the know.
He's ready to make some money today.
Right. But he's also here to drop some other knowledge on us.
That's being rich, though. Knowledge is power, ain't it?
Yes.
Well,
yes,
no, not all.
Yeah.
That's not all
It has to
it's
be
about, though. I know, especially Quezzy is the financial guru here on our show today. So Quezzy, like those cartoons where somebody falls down and stars circle around their head? Quezzy has dollar signs circling around his head at all times.
I like that.
Also a nice
Quezzy is a wonderful person. But I'm not going to wonderful people for no financial plan. I'm going to Quezzy Dreams, okay?
Right.
So
For sure.
And well, anything can happen, show. But thank you for that. So, Cash, how you doing today?
I'm blessed, man, and I hope y'all are blessed too. And
Living the dream.
I wish y'all, winners on winners.
Winners on winners. I like that. I'm used to hearing blessings on blessings. But what brings you here? So, to my understanding, you do many, many things. I know on your Instagram page, you're an artist. But outside of being an artist, what else do you do?
Well, okay, I do crypto. I'm also into health. I have a company called 102 Mineral, and it's about plant-based holistic products.
Wow.
Yeah. And I like to sun gaze, and meditate and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's in your bio. Sun gaze like the ancestor or something like that.
Yeah.
ooh, can I hear a little bit more about that?
Sun gazing?
Yeah.
So sun gazing is a very ancient practice. And basically what you do is you stare at the sun and the vibrations, the energy from the
with
sun.
your eyes open or closed?
With your eyes open.
You stare at the sun with your eyes open?
Yeah, with my eyes open.
You let people lie to you this whole time, Quezzy, saying that you can't look into the sun. That's all.
I looked at the sun and it hurts.
It hurts. I'm with Quezzy.
Because you're not looking with your third eye.
Okay. I'm gonna break it down.
So close your physical eyes, Quezzy, and open up your third eye. That's where we're going wrong. That's where we're going wrong.
Okay.
You
The expert's saying no.
No, you really gotta use your physical eye. So this is how it works. This is how it works.
Okay. All right.
So when you do push-ups, you can't do 100 push-ups off the rip.
I can't.
He said I can't.
We know.
He's swole. I ain't gonna lie.
Cat's last name is not fitness for nothing.
No. I seen it in his name. That's a strong man.
Yeah.
But
I'm just a mirror image of you.
so it's like whatever you do, you're gonna get better at it. So when you first stare at the sun, of course it's gonna hurt your eyes. But see, what's happening is your eyeballs are recalibrating. See, you have a retina, and the whole purpose of your retina is to pick up on light.
Mhm.
So you stare at a screen, right? And that's not good for your eyes either.
Mhm.
But you stare at it when you watch TV, when you look at your phone, all these different things.
Mhm.
So everything comes from the sun, whether people want to admit this or not. Without the sun, nothing would be here. So it only makes sense on a practical level to stare at it if you want to gain more data known as energy, because that's what the sun is doing. It's just sending out data.
Mhm. So what about what Kwesi just said about how it can be
Beneficial?
uncomfortable?
Oh, uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Lifting weights can be uncomfortable.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you
What up,
do push-ups.
There's a regular hurt and my eyes are about to burn out of my face.
Yes.
That's a
Yeah,
different kind
of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, when I was, lifting weights, it felt like my arms were gonna fall off. Same
Uh-huh,
thing.
sure.
Same thing when you're looking at the sun.
But yeah, we are less
No,
likely for our
I'm
arms
just-
to fall off than we are for something to burn our retinas.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
you
being
can't burn your
contrarian.
retina. You can't burn your retina.
Okay.
I'm being contrarian. Like I have heard about that, especially from
Yeah.
like the spiritual brothers and spiritual sisters about
For sure.
sun gazing. This shit
Yes,
is
me
very.
too.
It'll catch on. Everything that's cool starts with us.
No, it's not meant to catch on though, because it's not a trend. It's like
It's for
No, I
those
mean
who
like
it's
with our
for.
culture, because our culture doesn't talk about sun gazing, right? So you're saying that it emits energy and data and wisdom. So naturally, just like veganism is a trend, but it's also helping
A way of
other
life.
people.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
can we get
yeah.
the same energy if we're just sun bathing, or do we have to be? Can I just be laying in the sun, which I do all the time?
Real quick, y'all, I want to give a shout out to Russia. We got somebody from Russia on TikTok right now.
Russia, the country.
Yeah, Russia.
Can we shout out Russia right now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
God, man,
okay.
they saying what's up to us.
So, hey,
love to
Listen,
Russia.
Whatever it takes.
right,
Thumbs
right.
up,
It's just Russia. There are many Russian people that are.
No, that's real. That's real. Shout out to Russia.
Go ahead.
Shout out to the person from
To
Russia.
that person.
Yeah.
Listen to anything can happen show.
It really does happen.
Specifically speaking.
Yeah.
But anyway, Cash. So you also do crypto.
yes.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Okay. Do y'all want to know the centralized version or the decentralized
So
version?
I'm going to ask you from a person who knows nothing.
Okay.
Let's just act like some of our viewers, our listeners, including myself,
Okay.
know very, very little about crypto. So what can you tell us from the
Where is
Reader's
the bag at?
Digest
And
version?
As we get into this, as anything can happen show, we aren't sponsoring
No.
anything.
No.
Right? We're just having a conversation.
Yes.
Talk to us, Cash.
Okay. So you want me to break it down from kindergarten level?
That'd
Okay,
be
so
great.
I'm gonna simplify it. So we're talking about a peer-to-peer cashless system.
Mm.
That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
So I give you value, you give me value for what I'm giving you. So I'm gonna break that down. So say I give you $1 in crypto,
Mhm.
then you give me $1 worth of service.
Mhm.
So what is fiat? Fiat is just an exchange of something physical. Instead of it being physical, it's just all digital now. It's cashless. So I don't have to give you $100 bill to give you $100. And that's essentially what crypto is.
So, okay, but let me ask some of the very basic questions for those of us who are even in the less know than that.
Okay.
So, where does the value of crypto originate? How does one get their hands on crypto?
Oh, easy. Just get a crypto wallet, or you can go to Bitcoin. I mean, you can go to Cash App and buy Bitcoin off of Cash App. You can literally type in Google.
Mhm.
When you go to the Google search bar, you can type in crypto networks, and all these different networks will pop up, and you can buy,
Oh,
So
yeah,
you
it's
need
simple.
money to buy crypto, which isn't money.
fiat. You need
Yeah, so
fiat.
it's a currency exchange.
Yeah, it's a currency exchange. But if you want to buy
Mhm.
the crypto,
Yeah.
you can. But you can also mine for it too, to where you don't have to buy it. You just
Oh
have
man,
to.
we're not gonna get
Oh,
into that right now.
Jesus.
We're gonna
Okay.
start with the simple, because I feel like
Yes.
most people start off with like, I want to learn about crypto. Why? So let's talk
Okay.
about why it's important. Like, why does crypto matter?
Okay, the reason why crypto matters is because it's phasing out of fiat. Fiat is an old system of cash exchange. Crypto is a new system of cash exchange.
Okay.
But
okay.
why? So I mean, you're
It's
saying
faster.
old versus new. So like, okay, it's faster.
Like crypto is way faster and it's private. So
When
say
you
that
it's faster. What do you mean?
you can send $1 million within seconds. Like you can't do that.
On Zelle.
Well, okay. The thing about Zelle, right, is that if I want to send $1 million, I have to clear it with the banks. I have to talk to the bank, tell them what I'm finna do.
Okay,
Crypto.
so you're saying there's less regulation.
Well, okay, so you say regulation. So who gives who permission to regulate your money?
The government.
The government, right? But the government was created to serve the people, not to dictate the people.
What people?
That's very subjective. But I mean, we don't need to get into politics. Let's stick with finance because we get into politics.
We will get into it.
Yeah. So just from a currency perspective, and keep in mind, like we both work in the industry. I'm about the people. I want everybody to have access to financial literacy. I'm not for or against anything really, but I want to present because there are people who are listening who are like, crypto is crazy. Like it's in the market, it's super variable. It's not regulated. So like, I want to speak from that point of view.
But I also want to piggyback on what Kwesi is saying, which is a lot of times what we are seeing in the media is this narrative that crypto is dead, or that it's fake, or that it's going downhill. And so what I am wondering, because I've seen that a lot. People are like, for those people that have been going crypto, they're going to feel stupid soon because it's all going downhill. And so what I'm curious about, and what I've been curious about for a while, which is why I'm glad you're here, is I feel like that's just a smoke screen. A narrative to keep the money like it has traditionally been in this country, with the 1% having access to it and believing that it's real and knowing that it's real, but then trying to tell all the little people, oh, it's not real, so you can't get your hands on it.
Yeah, Cass, before you respond to that, I want to say, because I'm gonna definitely let you get to it.
Okay, for sure.
What Kenya is saying is very true, and the news does spread a lot of misinformation. You know, and we've all heard the Malcolm X quote about the watching too much media will have you thinking the oppressed is the enemy and the enemy is the oppressed, right? So just can you speak to that? Because there are a lot of people who do watch the news. They see what they say about crypto. Why is that?
Okay, so she said a lot. You said a lot. I'm going to narrow it down, right?
Thank you.
Okay, so where does crypto get its value from? Same way the fiat dollar has its value, through mass adoption. You agree that this is a dollar. So crypto is the same concept of that. So if it wasn't being taken seriously, then banks wouldn't be taking it seriously.
Yeah, they're creating crypto ATM machines and all types of stuff.
Thank you. So and the reason why I'm being very selective with my words, because I don't want to confuse nobody.
No. We're not giving anybody advice.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
For
so
sure.
you can just speak from that.
So like your man's over here just said, there's crypto banks, there's crypto credit cards, there's crypto debit cards. So for the people that are saying that crypto, if crypto wasn't serious and it wasn't being taken serious, then the government wouldn't be doing things that they are doing to make sure this is ushered into existence. Cash App is a major platform, so why would they integrate Bitcoin onto their services? If
Tesla bought all that Bitcoin, so it's like
all these billionaires are buying, not just Tesla, all these billionaires are buying crypto. Cities like El Salvador had just made Bitcoin legal tender. If y'all don't know what legal tender is, just Google it. I'm not gonna get into it.
It means you can use it in the country.
Yeah,
use it as exchangeable currency.
But you gotta make the people work for the knowledge sometimes. You gotta.
Because
you just can't gamble.
I was about to say.
Listen, we only have 55 minutes. We cannot have people work.
But yeah, that's
too
what legal
hard.
tender is. Your man just said it, and if y'all don't know now, you know.
Right.
But yeah, I hope that answered your question, or I can keep going.
No, absolutely.
Okay.
And this is really good because we haven't had a full blown crypto conversation. You're breaking ground, right?
Okay.
Like we're breaking ground. So this is good. And also I want to get into what people say about the lack of regulation. Like technically crypto isn't federally regulated, right? We can get into the politics of it, but how would you address? So let's say you're talking to somebody and you're telling them like crypto is amazing, it's powerful, it's decentralized, it gives power back to the people. Okay, but it's not regulated, right? How would you address that?
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, what is regulation, right? It's semantics. All of this is just semantics. It's like you telling me it's illegal.
You got to bring it down. You got to bring, because that's like we get that on the higher level of consciousness.
I'm gonna give the people an example, right? So, for instance, right, like they tell you it's illegal to walk across the street. That's typically jaywalking, right? But people do it all the time, right in front of the police, and the police don't say nothing.
But wait, why though? Why is it illegal? Because that's a law you can attach to something that actually serves people, right? So it's like you jaywalk, you get hit by a car and die, right? So we know that doesn't happen all the time, but it makes sense why that law would exist.
I must have 20 lives.
Okay.
But I mean,
I got nine.
just like I don't like the word devil's advocate, but I'm like contrarian, right? I got to speak from that point of view because those are the people that we're trying to reach.
No, I just think I play devil advocate. I get it. All right, so let me answer this. So, like, regulations, right? Why do we need regulations for crypto? That's the real question. Because if I exchange something with you and it's a smart contract, making sure that the agreement is held by both parties, that's the regulation right there.
And I mean, back in the day, we both, I mean, I work in the financial industry,
Okay.
right? So like back in the day, a handshake was worth more than a contract because
Okay.
you could take people at their word. But we
Yeah.
see what society has become. A
Okay.
handshake isn't worth like spit these days.
No,
right?
no,
It's like,
absolutely
I need
not.
and even freaking contract. We've heard about all the treaties that have been ripped up. So it's like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, there have to be some kind of regulations. But can we really trust people as flawed as human beings are? Contrarian,
Okay.
right? So like, can
So-
we trust people to set those regulations?
So that's where the AI come in at, the artificial intelligence. So with the smart contract, right, you don't get the funds until you do what you say you're going to do.
And what do is what? What do you mean do?
So like say for
Anything.
example, like I want
Whatever
you to,
service I'm providing.
Right, service,
whatever service,
whatever
right?
product. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's what the smart contract does. And it's automated by robots. You know, they call it fintech. And that's a new
so
emerging
now we're infusing like
technology with finance.
and is
Yes.
that good?
It's called fintech, yes. I mean, they already did it. Look at ATMs. Way before, back in the 90s and the 80s, they had all these ATMs. That's fintech. You put your money in, it becomes digital.
Okay, so playing contrarian, right?
Okay.
So we've all seen Terminator and like all the movies about you know how technology is going to essentially eliminate humanity, like even in the Matrix.
It's
right?
a movie, dog. No, it's not.
Oh, shoot. I'm
It's a
sorry.
movie.
It's not
Don't
just
say
a
not
movie.
real. No,
Big
it's not.
Brother used to just be a book.
Right, but
Okay.
I mean,
I'm just
anyway,
messing with you.
and so just play, and we can do this. So we don't have to make the whole show about this, but what I'm attempting to do in the industry, just working like we're on the same side, right? Like I
Yeah.
want people to understand how money works. Period.
Yes.
Right? Understand
No,
how
that's
money
a
works.
fact.
Take your power back,
Yes.
and if that leads you to getting involved in crypto, like absolutely, just make research decisions, right? Like understand what's going on. So it's like crypto is really, it's very new, right? Like when did crypto?
It's not.
I mean,
Like
for,
10 years?
for the general
It's
public.
not. I
For
mean, it's
the
older
general
than that.
Oh yeah,
It's way older.
It's way older. Than
It started back in the 70s. Like,
Oh,
you know, we
know
could,
that.
yeah,
Me
they
neither.
they were doing crypto protesters and crypto things way back in the 70s.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you know, but you can Google it, and I mean, even Hitler had crypto messages sending back and forth with him and the soldiers. So all this crypto stuff is
Wow.
nothing new.
See, they say that's encrypted.
Yeah, but that's what
messages.
crypto.
And I was about to say,
Yeah, keep going.
is that related?
Yes.
Encrypted messages
Mhm.
and crypto money.
Yes,
Because
all
it's
related.
all kind of things that you're not putting your hands on.
Yes, it's all related. It's all related.
Mhm.
It's like I want to be able to send you $1 billion without anybody knowing.
Right. So let me just, for the lay people out there, is this similar to when we send each other money through Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, and
Of
all that other
course.
stuff, where
Of
it's,
course.
because my clients pretty much all pay me through those things. And so it's not something I ever see, but if I want to put my hands on the paper money, I can pull the paper money out of my ATM or out of my bank. And so what I think some of the narrative out there is that paper money is going to become obsolete because
Mhm.
it's
It's
not
gonna get phased out.
it's not real. Because even my husband was saying this recently, money isn't real.
It's not.
Right.
It's not.
Can
I'm
you
glad
please
you said
explain that to the people who think that money is real?
it. Okay, so like Brother Man was saying over here, right? You have to
Mhm.
understand how money works. So money is just an IOU. That's all it is. That's all it's ever been. It's a receipt.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. That's why you got a contract. You sign a signature on it. When you look at money, it's a signature on it.
Mm-hmm.
So-
right.
So by me giving you this value that we all agree on, Because if we all didn't agree on it, then money wouldn't exist. But since it's an idea that has been mass adopted by 400 million people, now it's real.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes money real.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
An agreement of
It's
a
the
mass
agreement.
of the masses, though.
Yes.
And it used to be backed by gold, and it had worked. Now they just print it as they please.
And that
Yeah,
causes
you know what I'm
devaluation in the money. So inflation is 8.5% a month now. In the past 2 years, during this coronavirus, they printed more money ever than any other era in any other generation. So
That's a lot.
if you print money, right, then you can devalue my millions. I got $1 million.
Oh yeah.
I got
You
$1 million.
control the value of the work.
So you can literally devalue my money that I worked hard for by printing out more money. I'm not a money printer.
Wouldn't it devalue their money too?
No, because they print the money.
Yeah, they got infinite amount of money.
They print the
Yeah.
money. They literally print it. They are printing it. So
But when we think of things like all the things that have happened in our in the history of the United States,
Mhm.
right?
okay,
So we're
no, just the world, not
yeah.
even the United States.
Well, yeah, but I'm only thinking about things that I know a little bit about.
Okay, all right.
So I'm only going to speak on things I know a little bit about.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about, the crash of Wall Street and all that other stuff.
Okay.
And so when that happened, people thought they had all this money. And then suddenly all the money disappears because the financial institutions have somehow crashed. And so what do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know.
So like, what does that mean moving forward and for our future? If things like Bitcoin
Uh-huh.
are becoming more a part of our daily verbiage,
Yeah.
right? And so everybody has heard that word, but very few people know what it means to them because we have our money in banks and we trust banks, even though we know the banks have crashed in this country and left people broke.
We're not giving anybody advice.
No, we're not. No, we're not giving anybody
We're just telling the
advice.
story.
That's not advice, but it's a little bit of information
Okay.
about, there's a big difference between advice and information because
Mhm.
God knows. Okay, everybody listening to the Anything Can Happen show today, never take financial advice from me. Okay, just don't do it. Just don't.
She
Run,
said it.
run. Okay.
Right.
But the information
Yeah.
is that we're hearing that cash isn't real,
It's not.
money isn't real, money's
Cash
made
is
out of
sitting
paper.
right next to me.
I'm not real. I'm just
So
a fake
the
person.
grandmothers and the great grandmothers that have put their dollar bills in their mattress, over time. So
She
what
said the
is
mattress.
it? Yeah. So
Okay.
what is it moving forward when we're
Crypto.
looking at crypto and Bitcoin? What is it that we need to know, just as not as advice, but as far as information about that, as opposed to how we've done it traditionally?
How do we not get left behind?
Okay, thank you. That's the best question I've been asked. How we not get left behind? Number one, you have to adapt. It's just like when the color TV came out and the black and white TV was still out, it got phased out of existence. People adapted to color TVs. So with this old-fashioned way of living with money, that's going to get phased out by crypto. Number one, because you can't make more crypto. Once you have a set amount of crypto out, you can't make any more. So
This has to be exchanged.
So there's 21 million Bitcoins, right? The government can't make any more. There will only be 21 million Bitcoins.
How?
You said how?
Decided that?
Okay,
Who,
thank
how?
you. Thank you. The people that created it. And you can create your own crypto too,
So how is that not a new government?
because you can create your own crypto.
But who defines what it's worth other than the people?
The people. That's
Yeah,
the only
but
people.
if they have more influence because they have more people, doesn't that just create a new government?
Okay, well, let me answer that question then,
Wow.
right? You talking about, is that going to create a new government?
Well,
If it's
I'm starting
truly
to scare myself because I don't want to go into
no,
this.
I'm not going to go deep
interesting,
into it.
though.
I was going to
This
say
is
it could be a
interesting.
power exchange.
No, this is where democracy really comes in at, because we have never really lived in a truly democracy country. Never, right?
No.
So crypto allows that on a decentralized
what
network.
it means by that, we have an electoral college. But
I mean, but you didn't want to. You said you don't want to get deep into
I know,
that. I'm trying not to
'cause
do
people
that,
are like,
brother.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? So I want to make sure everybody's at least on the same page.
But I think everybody know. Right?
You would assume, but bro, you saw them tiki torches?
Oh,
You saw them do that there with
Right.
everybody doesn't know, bro.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, go
Okay,
please
but
continue.
where was I? So with democracy, right? Decentralized crypto, right? That's not tied to a bank, like you said. Create a new government. When a decentralized network, it doesn't create a new government because it's ran by the people for the people. So no one has more, no one has less. You get what you work for.
Do you vote?
No, you don't vote. You get what you work for.
That sounds like communism.
No, it's not like communism. Because
But I see, this is this is dangerous.
In
No, it's
communism,
not. No, it's not.
Okay,
No, it's not.
because in communism, if I'm broke, you broke. In
Right.
crypto, it's whatever work you're doing, that's what you get. So you get what you deserve.
And when you say work, do you mean like mining, or are you talking about
If you mining, if you staking, if you putting your fiat into it, whatever energy you're putting into it, that's what you're going to get back.
Mm-hmm.
You give,
Can people get rich off of crypto?
of course,
Okay.
it's people becoming billionaires right now.
Uh-huh.
Sign
Okay.
Kenya up.
Uh-huh.
Where do I sign up now?
Right. Yeah. And so let me just ask you, tell us a little bit about, if you guys don't mind me switching gears a little bit, can we talk a little bit about Think and Grow Rich?
Okay, Napoleon Hill.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do this.
So yeah, first of all, what do you think he would think about crypto?
He would love it
Because
crypto is actually freedom.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Like
Think
about it, right? I have never seen any application that you can apply for the IRS. How do you even do that? Like, does anyone know? Please tell me, like, shoot it over in my email, DM. How do you get a job at the IRS? Because they literally take your money that you work for and they say that they're going to use it to make society better. And yet society hasn't gotten better. I go outside, there's potholes in the street. The schools are teaching the same curriculums.
right.
So where's the money going?
Let's not even get started on the school system in this country.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yikes.
So that's what I'm saying. Crypto allows you financial freedom. It gives that.
It gives an equal
I
playing
feel like
field.
it just
Exactly.
gives it to more people, because one could argue that even in this capitalistic structure, what's that?
No. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'm gonna
so
let you go.
what one could say, like, even in this capitalistic structure, it's pitted against people of color, specifically women, right? Like
Yeah.
homo transsexuals, right? One
Okay.
could argue that, but it is possible to win, even with Think and Grow Rich, right?
Okay.
It talks about the mindset,
Mhm.
right? The mindset of what it takes to succeed in any area of life. So if you take somebody without that mindset into a new space, does that mean that they're going to excel, or are they still missing what they need in order to become the best version of themselves?
So it's all about your plan and your purpose. I'm glad she brought up Think and Go Rich because that whole book is about purpose. Like everybody in that book had a higher purpose. And if you have a higher purpose, then any field you're in, you're going to succeed.
Absolutely. So, and we say things like that, especially us in this room are entrepreneurs, and we talk about entrepreneurship, and we talk to a lot of entrepreneurs, and so we jump out on faith. A lot of us have jumped. A lot of people who are working for themselves have just jumped out on faith, even though it's terrifying and not necessarily considered the smart thing to do in this country. We're not trained. We're not raised to be financially independent.
Definitely.
We're not trained to be making,
facts.
especially women, like Kwesi said.
Facts.
And he also mentioned gender minorities, right? Trans people and all kinds of things. Not trained or raised to not just make our own financial decisions, listening to somebody else tell us how to make our financial decisions.
Yeah.
And oftentimes none of that information is getting us forward. It's not getting us ahead at all. It's keeping us alive, basically. Have a job, get a government job, do this, do that, work until you're 65, and then, if you're lucky, stay alive 10 more years until you die, right? And so when we're talking about getting a leg up, what do you think about the message in Think and Grow Rich about getting a leg up and not just staying stagnant?
Yeah, but Kat, before you answer,
Okay.
we just have a quick comment from one of our guests, or one of our audience members, Miss Tammy Reyes.
Tammy!
Yes,
What's happening,
Tammy?
Tammy?
At the ACH.show on Instagram. That's at ACH.show on Instagram to watch us live. But Cash, she had asked a question. I actually want you to answer Kenya's question, and we'll come back to that.
Okay.
Actually, before we answer any of the
Oh,
questions,
okay.
we halfway through our show,
Stay
y'all.
tuned.
Oh, already?
Yeah, we
Damn.
halfway in. We was
Yeah.
going deep.
Yes.
Lost track of time. Time even exists.
It's like money.
It's like money. I like that.
Yeah. So you're listening to KGBC 96.9 FM Oakland and streaming online at www.kgpc969.org. This is the Anything Can Happen show, and we're going to take a quick music break, y'all.
Music break.
All right, the mics is down, music on. We
As
got like
Kat-
3
as Kat
minutes.
referred
I
to
think
her
the song-
once.
Yeah.
Kat referred to her once. Tammy Eyes. It's Reyes.
Reyes! Tammy
Tammy
Reyes!
Eyes.
Oh, man. Man, that was a
Oh,
quick
man.
30, huh?
Dang.
Yeah, that thing
This is so good.
yeah.
This is so good.
Yeah.
The energy is there.
So do you do, what am I trying to say? Okay. Are you just personally involved in crypto and all that other stuff? Or do you do any kind of classes or workshops or anything like that? Like how does the crypto, Bitcoin, blah, 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 blah factor into your life?
Okay, perfect. So I'm a part of a crypto network called Phi.
How do you spell that?
PHI.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Alpha Phi Alpha. Okay.
Or like the
got,
golden ratio.
got it.
Yeah.
Got
So
it.
that's what
Okay.
the whole philosophy is with the company, golden ratio.
Uh-huh.
Not
okay.
no like sorority or fraternity. No
Yeah,
disrespect
sure.
or anything.
Yeah, I'm not in one, so none taken.
Okay, for sure. So like this company, this network was created a year ago.
Mm.
We just had a crypto party in LA on April, I think it was April 9th or something like that.
Mhm.
And basically we had all these crypto like-minded people come together, all these artists come together for the network. And basically this network is a truly decentralized situation for the people, by the people.
Mhm.
It has its own social media that gives you crypto for being on the social media.
Oh
So
wow!
if you post a picture,
Yeah.
then you get paid crypto. You get likes, you get crypto, all these different things.
Ooh.
So that's what I was gonna say on the
Yeah.
radio, but I didn't get into all that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to. Like I said, an hour isn't enough time for me to say everything. You
That's
see what I'm
right.
saying? Like
Yeah.
we can really get into real logistics about this
Yeah.
because it's different terms like POA, PWS, like. all
I
these
mean, I
different-
personally would love to have you back to talk more about this because what I feel like,
Oh yeah.
what I feel like a big part of this show is sharing ideas with people who our community who might just not know that much or not be educated on that stuff. And so again, not giving advice, but it's a little just knowledge.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot already.
Plant a seed and then
Yeah.
they're gonna run
I mean,
with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something that you may have
Yeah.
never heard of. You like, dang, that sounds
Yeah.
interesting. Let me research.
In order to learn, right, you need somebody like your man's right here to play devil's advocate.
Yes,
That's why I like that.
absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
and but me, like I've always been like, I used to be like, oh yeah, you know, telling everybody everything. Like when I said legal tender, and he told the people like, I used to be that type of dude. Like I'm
We
gonna
got
tell you
20
what it
seconds,
is.
y'all.
I'm gonna let you know the definition. Now I'm like, if you really truly want to know,
Google it.
Google it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you legal tender, and it's up to you to be like, what the fuck is that?
Word. Yeah.
All right, y'all. We're gonna be coming back. We got 15 seconds. Ooh, you're listening to KGBC 96.9 FM Oakland and streaming online at www.kgbc969.org. This is the Anything Can Happen show with Kenya Asa, Quezzy Dreams, and your man Cap Fitness.
Yes.
We got, man, that was Cash.
Yeah,
that was
a good first
Cash
half.
Vegan right there, man. Tell us a little bit about what inspired that song that we just heard and the name of it.
Well, that song is called G.O.D. and it was inspired by God.
Man.
You know,
Straight up.
we're all God. If you know this, if you don't know this, now you know.
Mhm.
God is a collective. It's not a.
That's hot.
It's not
That is
a.
Bars.
It's not a singular thing,
Right.
you know.
God is everywhere.
Yeah, God is everywhere and everything.
We just all have we're God experiencing each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
wrong answer when it comes to God.
That's how
So
big God is. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
it's
intense.
infinite.
So can we get to Tammy Reyes' question? 'Cause
Oh,
I wonder
yes,
what she
absolutely.
asked.
So I'm gonna ask this question for Tammy. Actually, we gotta get Tammy to hop back on the line. She'll be back. But Tammy Reyes from Instagram asked this question about will there be widespread acceptance? Essentially, she mentioned like digital touchpads, right? How
Mhm.
back in the day it was just like numbers and hard numbers,
Yeah.
right? And eventually digital touchpads became the standard, the norm, right? So
of course,
do you see that happening with crypto?
of course.
And when?
Now it's already happening. Every day that passes, more and more crypto is being mass adopted by new people of all ages. They're putting it into school curriculums. They have college courses on crypto.
So just like relative, so would you say like our grandparents' generation, even our parents' generation, they didn't have touchpads. So you saying like in this generation, and when I say widespread, it's like you can't find a phone without a touchpad these days.
Yeah.
Right? Like every phone has a touchpad.
Exactly.
So in terms of everybody using crypto, right? When do you see that happen?
Right now,
Mm.
like if you have Cash
Everybody
App,
using. I got an ATM, I got a debit card, I got a credit card, right? So I mean like just crypto, or will that ever happen?
okay, so that's what I'm saying. So like the reason why I say now, right, is because Europe and El Salvador, right, they're already doing nothing but crypto.
Nothing. So they don't use pounds.
No. You know what? I said that wrong. There's a city in Europe
Mm,
that use nothing but crypto. Just like
Okay.
El Salvador is just using
Yeah.
nothing but crypto.
wow, I
That's
didn't know that.
interesting.
Yeah, it's using it
So
uses
they don't
nothing
have
but
a,
crypto.
a physical currency.
No, they don't.
So-
They have a crypto. Nipsey Hussle did a documentary on it before he died. He
Mm.
went to this city. Y'all could look it up. It's on YouTube. He went to the city, and this whole city was just all crypto.
Is the city in Europe?
Yes, a city in Europe. All you gotta do is just type in Nipsey Hussle goes to crypto city.
Interesting.
Mhm.
I wonder if I
Really,
was there.
really.
I wonder
So-
if I've been to this.
No, Nipsey Hussle was on some real like
Next level.
yeah before he died. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was a visionary.
for the question, right? So in terms of the full adaptation, right? Like, do you see that happening in our lifetime? Is that something
Of
that
course.
we're like, yes?
Of course, yes. They wouldn't be making like your man said over here. They wouldn't be making crypto banks, and they wouldn't be making crypto ATMs. They wouldn't be doing all these things if it wasn't about to be in our lifetime. And it's already ushering in every nanosecond. Like,
So what's the appeal for the status quo, right? So for the people who are already powerful in this time, right? Like, what is their appeal to? Because of course they're not just going to give up their status, right? There's going to be some kind of struggle, right? So what is?
are you
their
talking about
appeal?
on a social level or on a
And that-
financial level?
We don't need to get into that. There's gonna be a struggle,
I'm just saying,
right?
man.
Like nobody just gives up power because, right? So it's
But
like,
why does it have to be a power struggle? Like,
we know why. We don't
no,
need to
get into it,
that.
brother. I want to know
Yeah,
this. I want to
yes,
know
we
this.
should
Because
get into
people
it.
like
Yes.
absolute power corrupts absolutely.
That's
right?
not
Like
egotistical.
every-
Though. Very egotistical.
Name a powerful leader who didn't abuse their power.
Martin Luther King,
He was a serial cheater, bro. What are you talking about?
he cheated.
Right. Well, he was human, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day,
But how did he abuse his power, though?
you don't think that women slept with him because he married them?
What does him sleeping with women have to do with him abusing his
Oh,
power?
okay. Let's not. No. So
No,
that's dangerous. That's
man. What does him cheat?
I mean,
on
even
women
like
gotta do
even
with
Kendrick
abusing
talked
power?
about it, right? Like Kendrick talked about how that dude who killed his homeboy, right? When the dude went to jail, he slept with his girl, right? And he was saying like that was an abuse of his power. Tupac talked about this, and these are just like rappers, but also like leaders, people in power. We saw like Jay. So like we can't
Well, when I
absolutely
hear
say,
abusing power, right? This is
Right.
what I hear. Like you're putting fluoride in the water, and you're
and that's
poisoning.
an abuse of power.
You're poisoning innocent people.
That's an abuse of power.
But
That's like
But to say a person is abusing their power because they're sleeping with women, that has nothing to do. That woman knew
not just
he was married. She could have said no.
Jump it in.
Okay then. So don't you do that to Mark. Don't do that to Mark.
and
Okay?
it's not doing anything. It's just like at the end of the day, we're all human.
Yeah.
Right? Like we're all human and we all have the tendency to sin or just like go astray. Right.
Okay.
And it's like that's part of what makes us human. So it's when we talk about a power struggle, it's like humans crave power. Right? Humans crave power. When you get that power, it's like it can be like a drug.
But
Right.
that's not power
Yeah, thank
as
you.
on that, in my opinion.
Okay.
That's not power as a
let's
greater as as a
Let's
greater
cut.
community thing or a
Let's
greater
go deep.
global
Yeah,
thing.
I'm
let's
saying-
do it.
I
Let's do
don't
it.
But
think
let's
that-
get straight to the point. Like,
Yeah.
do we think that the people who are in power now are just going to give up their power? Is that what we're saying? They're just going to
Okay,
give it up because things are changing.
I think
So
he's
you have
saying
to-
they don't have to give it up.
Exactly. Like what I'm saying is, right,
It's just shit.
if I'm playing basketball, right, of course the team is just going to let me win. They're not just going to let me score. So
Right.
what you do, you outthink them.
Mhm.
So what we have to do is just outthink the powers that be.
It sounds like you're saying that people have to think.
Yes,
They have to think for themselves.
And
Yes.
Are we doing this as a
Literally.
collective or as individuals?
it's automatically a collective. Like, okay, let's look at the hood. What at one time West Oakland was a black suburb area.
Yeah.
It was a very flourishing place.
Yeah.
The mindset is the reason why Oakland is the way it is. It has nothing to do with anything physical.
Not redlining or not like politicians selling off our land and making
That's a
our
strategy.
school districts.
That's a strategy that they came up with through thought.
That's power.
But no,
Like they
that-
have the power to make that decision.
no, that's
Those are
strategic
decisions.
planning. If I have a strategic agenda, that's a plan. So if I know about this plan, because I'm pretty sure there was a whole bunch of black people at that time that knew about redlining, but they didn't tell other black people. They just let it happen. Those are
But when you don't
sellouts.
own the banks and you need a bank loan, like you're not going to your neighbor to get a bank loan. If you're
This is where
black,
crypto come in at. That's why you don't need the bank no more, because you got crypto now.
Cutting out the middleman.
Yes.
So then maybe we
Yes.
won't.
You
Maybe
still
we
said
won't
there's
repeat
somebody in
the
charge of it.
history.
like there's still somebody in charge of how much crypto, like they control. Because if they decide tomorrow, well, we're going to print more crypto, we're going to
There's only 21 million.
21 million.
There's-
So you can
That's
create
it.
a new
That's
cat
it.
fitness cryptocurrency, and then if you agree that it has value because I
Yes.
provide value to my crypto,
Yes.
then you say, okay, I see value in cat fitness crypto coin. I'm going to exchange that with whatever coin that I created or whatever service that I provide, and we're going to exchange. We're going to exchange
Value.
coins.
And give each other services.
Yeah, we're going to provide value for each other.
okay.
How is it related to? Okay, I wish
Get
I
out
could
of the
remember
matrix.
what these things are called. Right. So you know the little art things that are also the little digital art things. What are they
Oh,
called?
NFTs.
Yes, NFTs,
Non-fungible
non-fundable tokens.
Yes.
How is that related to
Okay.
crypto?
Okay, so the NFT and the crypto are two different things. I just want everybody to know that. They're two separate things. They are not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Crypto is a currency. I just want y'all to know this. Everybody out here, crypto is a currency. It's not a stock. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's literally a currency. Just like a pound, just like a peso. It's a currency.
Mm-hmm.
NFT,
Mm-hmm.
what they're using it for is for art. But an NFT is literally supposed to give you some type of value. Like, oh, I have a concert ticket, so I make an NFT. And with this NFT, you can come to my concert, or you can get backstage if you buy a certain.
You get certain
NFT.
benefits with
You
it.
get certain benefits. That's what an NFT is really
investing
supposed
into my investing into my NFT gives you extra luxuries by investing into this whatever piece of art that I've created for you to enjoy.
Yes. So, but what's happening is a whole bunch of NFTs are being created, and people are just like, "Oh, you just buy my NFT because I created an
If I
ape."
say so.
Yeah, I created an ape, but it's like I don't get nothing for buying this.
Yeah.
It doesn't appreciate. It doesn't do anything. Now, if I buy a Picasso painting, of course I'm gonna buy that because I know that it's a Picasso painting. It's gonna appreciate. So with this NFT, it has to give you some type of service. If it doesn't give you a service, then I don't suggest buying it.
Okay, so NFT to me sounds a little bit like a coupon.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like how you did that. Yeah,
okay, got it.
coupon.
Thank
Well,
A modern
then
day
it-
coupon.
but then again, you don't get a discount. See, with a coupon, you get a discount.
Right, sure, or a gift certificate.
But I know where you're
Gift
going
card.
with it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
It's not cash, it's not money, but it can be worth something for something.
Yes.
So
yes.
I want to switch up gears real quick because we've been talking heavy on the money and
heavy
everything.
on the money.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So-
that's okay.
You know, Cash, you seem like a very well-rounded person,
Thank you.
right?
Wow.
And I feel with being well-rounded comes certain disciplines or certain routines,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So I know off air we were talking a little bit about like nutrition and health, and you know that's my aspect of the show. I just want to dive in. Like, what do you do to maintain your health, to make sure that you're healthy enough to do all these projects that you have and all these business ventures?
Well, he juiced this morning.
Wait, he was supposed to tell us.
I'm just saying.
That was off air.
I jumped in with the pre-knowledge that I have
No, it's all good.
from our
Talk
pre-conversation.
to us, Cash. What you do?
Yeah, what is your routine? You work out. What do you do on a daily basis to maintain that high level of energy, high level frequency that you have?
Lots of fruits and vegetables. I'm gonna keep it real, the super like real with y'all. When it comes to working out, yeah, I do cardio because as a rapper you need cardio. As a singer you need cardio because you're on stage and it's a lot of lung and respiratory like workouts that you have to do that like demands you to be in a certain type of
Taking more oxygen.
Yeah, like you have to be in shape if you're going to be an artist. You have to be in shape. So
Even Rick Ross?
Yeah, Rick Ross. Yeah,
Oh, damn.
that's why he does what he does. Like y'all think Rick Ross ain't exercising? Man, because like people think that fat has to do with being healthy. Like you can have fat on you and still be healthy. You see what I'm saying?
He can have good lung strength underneath all that.
Because a lot of big people can sing their ass off.
Amen.
I mean, my bad, I didn't mean cuss, but they can sing very,
A
very
lot.
good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So being fat has nothing to do with your respiratory,
Sure.
But
Sure.
is fat a good or bad thing? It depends on who you are.
Right.
Like I know people, they're comfortable with their body, and I know people they're not comfortable with their body, so they do things like get plastic surgery, or they do things like take steroids, or they do things like I'm gonna just go super hard in the gym and do it all natural. What I tell people with my regimen, I just do what my body tells me to do. And
How did you get to that level though?
Yeah,
Because growing up in the Bay Area, West Oakland, I know, especially during our time period, it wasn't a whole bunch of vegans walking around the hood talking about this way, do this kind of thing. Like, how did you get yourself to this point to say this is my truth?
I had to break past my ego. I had to really shred through my ego. My ego was the biggest enemy I had, like because most of the time, I'm just speaking on me. I'm not gonna speak on nobody else. I'm speaking on me. I was emotionally eating. Like I would eat to feel good. I would eat because I'm just in the moment.
Very common practice.
Was it chronic? Like, were you feeling bad about something chronically, or just whenever you felt bad, you would eat?
Well, I didn't notice it at first. I didn't notice that when I would have anxiety, I would just eat. I didn't notice that when I was depressed, I would eat. I didn't notice that when I was happy, I would eat. And then I started to study food and stuff like that, and I realized that.
What created that shift, though? What made you want to study food?
I ain't gonna lie, I was on some superficial shit. I wanted a six pack. So,
That's superficial.
Yeah, that's superficial. That's superficial. The reason why I say it's superficial, I'm not speaking on nobody else. I'm just speaking on me. The reason why I say I was on some superficial shit at first is because
superficial stuff
at first.
Felicia, you should get that.
It's because I wanted to get a six pack. I wanted to look good. And the reason why I wanted to look good because I wanted to impress, women and just look good for like pictures and stuff like that.
That's superficial? Oh, damn.
I mean, because I wasn't truly doing it for me. Like when you do it for me, you're not tripping off of women, you're not tripping off the camera, you're not tripping off of nothing. You just really doing it.
You're a handsome single man. I mean, it's okay.
And not only that, but a lot of women appreciate a dad bod. A lot of women like that kind of sexy roundness. We like a thicky sometimes too. Okay, we like a thicky sometimes. Okay, all right. So anyway,
but I'm just speaking on me. This is the thoughts that were going through Cash Vegan here. Like I'm not saying that this is like facts. This is just facts for me.
Yeah.
And so I got into the science of it because me, I'm an investigator by nature. I like to investigate things. So I was like, why do I like cheese? Why do I like meat? Like, why do I like these things? And then
who told us to eat these things?
Exactly.
The government.
The government. But yeah, so that's what type of rabbit hole the six pack was what led me down the rabbit hole.
Wow.
And then how did you realize that was your truth once you went down that rabbit hole?
I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. Like when I started eating better, my consciousness shifted automatically. Like then I started to realize like food actually turns you into a genius. It's other things that turn you into a genius, but one of the things is diet. It makes you smarter. It literally, like when you eat walnuts, when you eat avocados, when you eat mangoes, it makes you smarter. I don't care what anybody says. It's proven. It's science out there. You can go look this up. It literally makes you smarter because your brain cells are stimulated, your neurons are stimulated. Like people don't even know that the veins in your body stretch out 100,000 miles or something like that. Your intestines is like it's like 40 feet or something like that. Like all these different things, your bones,
Pretty amazing.
yeah, like it absorbs everything you eat. Like
and walnuts are shaped like the brain.
Yeah,
walnuts look like the brain. It's brain food.
Yeah, it's condensed sunlight. So when you eat an apple, it's literally photons. Like it came from the sun, and what happens is when it comes to this dimension, it starts to become a solid, and that vibration becomes an apple. And then you eat that. So you're eating sunlight, condensed sunlight. But I mean, I could go into the science of it, but I'm not even about to go into it. But yeah,
like grew from a seed in the ground.
Yeah. But the seed had to come from somewhere.
No, I'm playing.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, it's like Adam and Eve.
Man. Yeah.
What came first, the plant or the seed?
Or the chicken or the egg.
Right. But I want to ask you. So, kind of like Kat was just saying, as the fitness person on the show, I'm the self-care person on the show, right? And so, it struck me when, prior to going on air, you were talking about sun gazing, right? And so for someone like me, I thrive on vitamin D, right? I thrive on the sun. I love to be on the beach. Being outside is my favorite thing on earth, right?
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing. And it makes me feel
Kenya, I got breaking news.
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I got breaking news from Malibu's Burgers.
Oh.
Who's following us at ACH.show on Instagram.
Yes.
And they just said burgers on us after the show.
We will see you right after the show, Malibu's.
It's breaking news. Felicia said we got 5 minutes.
Yes.
Shout out Malibu.
So let's get back.
Thank you,
Shout out,
Malibu's.
hey, support Malibu's Burgers. We just had Danny in here at the studio. He was freaking amazing. But
Yes.
anyway, Felicia, what were you saying?
Yeah. So I was just wondering for you, you were just saying that food makes you smarter and all these other things, and you obviously are somebody that we're really excited to talk to today about some of the wisdom that you brought to this show. When it comes to self-care, and even like the sun gazing thing, and what else do you do besides the nutritional aspect, right? What else do you do for yourself to contribute to your personal wellness, mindfulness, and self-care?
I compartmentalize my thoughts.
What's that mean?
So I take a journal and I write my thoughts and I compartmentalize them. Because like if you have 1,000 millions and millions of thoughts, billions and billions of thoughts every day.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a vision on what you want to do, why you need to do it, if you don't have a higher purpose written down and then act it out, then you become stagnant. So that's what I do. I write a lot.
So when you wake up, do you like tell yourself what your story is gonna look like, or
I literally write out my story. Yes,
for
forever. Like this is a continuing thing. Like I literally go to my journal and I'll just be like, all right, fence is right. I'm gonna just give you a personal thing that I wrote in my journal. Right? I said in my journal, I literally wrote this. This is when I knew that you are the creator of your life. I wrote in my journal and I put a date, I put a time, I put everything that I wanted to deal with a crypto network. I put what time, I put what date, I put everything, and it literally happened.
Yeah, so that goes back to Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah,
it's one of the exercises.
Exactly.
Is.
Yeah, it's called like the 6 principles or something like that.
I break it down, date, time.
Yeah, manifestation. Writing down things makes them more likely to happen.
No, it's not more like it's going to happen.
Right? Yeah.
If you you're not supposed to think about how. All you need to understand is why.
Yeah.
Why do you need to be rich? Everybody needs to answer that. Why do you need to be rich? Once you can answer why you need to be rich, you're going to be rich by default. Like it's going to happen because you know why.
The universe starts to shift,
and no one can tell you that you're wrong because you know why.
Yeah. All the people that you're meant to meet at certain points in time, you have access to that now because now your antenna is up and you're like, oh,
you know why.
Exactly.
You know the why.
Yeah. And you hear it and you feel the vibe You're like, oh, this is exactly who I need to meet, and these are the reasons why.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and real quick, I also do affirmations. Or I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Yeah, affirmation.
Yeah,
Affirmations. Yeah,
absolutely.
every anybody that's great at what they do that.
Yeah.
That's their secret.
I am.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to say I am. You can like just do them how you want to do them, but just constantly say it to yourself again and again. But you have to act it out. You can't just say it and not act it out.
That's an important piece.
Because you're programmed.
That's an important piece because you are rewired. I talk about this in my book.
Or rewire
You
the
are
brain.
rewiring your brain
Yes.
to believe and to act on what you are putting out in the universe. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. We got to come to a close, y'all. This has been an incredible episode. Thank you for
Peace.
joining us, Cash Vegan.
Mhm.
But you're listening to the Anything Can Happen show on KGPC Community Radio. Find us www.kgpc969.org/anything can happen. Also follow us on Instagram at ach.show and tune in every Thursday at noon. We'll talk.
I was gonna say,
like,
make sure the
comment,
likes,
follow, subscribe.
yeah. And real quick, y'all, make sure that any of the artists out there
Yes.
looking to get their music played, make sure you email it to us. Can you tell us where they can email it?
The Anything Can Happen show at gmail.com. So any artists, email us at the Anything Can Happen show at gmail.com, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Like, comment, follow, subscribe.
That is a show that certainly could have gone on.
Oh man,
Because,
we were only at
I
the
did-
tip of the iceberg,
I did
y'all.
not get
We
tired
was
of that
diving
topic
deep.
at all. That was really good. That was really amazing. Thank you so much. That was
Man, I was gonna say
that was
before we
amazing.
get out of here, Cash, we have all our artists do a drop for us.
Okay.
So just be like, hey, this is Cash Vegan. I'm at the Anything Can Happen show today, and we're talking about how to get your money up with
And I'm gonna
crypto.
run out to the
Or
ladies'
however
room.
you want to put it into
It's all good. I'm about to get off a lot. Thank y'all for tuning in, y'all. I got like everybody that's in here. I got like 1,200 people in here. Thank y'all.
Come on. We living the dream right now,
Yeah.
y'all.
You got to tag us, brother. ACH show. Anything can happen at ACH show on Instagram. Tune in every week. We got more.
I'm for sure tag y'all. I got to tag y'all.
Oh. Going